Hello.
Oh, Dr. Janet.
All right, we're live here. And it is indeed the 5D Business Transformation Blueprint. So if you're looking to ignite your business and commit to a whole new level of transformation, then you're definitely in the right place. And just by a show of hands, how many of you are ready to get committed and ignite your quantum business potential here? How many of you are here for the right reasons? Well, thank you. That's wonderful. So my name is Matthew Gardner. I'll be your host here along with Malek, and we'll just be kicking it off with a little bit of an intro conversation about what is this 5D Business Transformation Blueprint all about? What is Noble Goldman? What is the Quantum Elite? Why are you here? And we're going to answer all those questions in a few short moments here. And from there, we'll actually be having a live demonstration courtesy of the founder of Noble Goldman. He is here live, Marc Santos. So we'll be bringing him up to share all about what Noble Goldman is, how you can leverage it. And it'll be a very bird's eye view overview of what it's all about. So by no means is it going to have the full depth of what we have available for you, but you will have a good sense of how you can leverage the tools, leverage the resources to manifest your goals, dreams, and desires. That's what living the 5D lifestyle is all about. And then from there, we're going to have some of our amazing community members share their experiences with what they've gained from being involved with the Quantum Elite and Noble Goldman over the last 3.5 months, what they've gained, how it's transformed their lives. So we'll be hearing from some of our amazing community members. And then from there, we'll share with you exactly what is the 5D Business Transformation Blueprint all about? What has been holding you back? Where are you looking to move towards? And how can you get inherently, naturally motivated to manifest that business model, manifest the money that you desire to have to live the lifestyle that you deserve? And then we'll cover how it all works from there. And of course, we will have a quantum activation to neutralize any negative perceptions you may have about yourself or building the business you prefer to have, and then amplifying your positive intentions to bring it forward in the days and weeks to come. So just by show of hands, does that sound good or great? All right, awesome. Well, thank you for your participation. There'll be a lot of that as we go here. And I'm just going to kick it off here with a great question for Malek. Malek, what is the Quantum Elite? Please share with us.
Yeah, the Quantum Elite community is a central hub, and it's a community of heart-minded individuals that are looking to raise the collective consciousness and create a heaven on earth. And it's something that we truly need, especially in these times right now, where there's a lot of people that are going through fear, uncertainty, doubt, and all these negative emotions. So we just want to take away all of that and just step into the 5D reality, which is totally different than the 3D world that most people are living in. So this is the reason why we call this event the 5D Business Transformation Blueprint, because we're truly giving everyone the blueprint and the roadmap to step into that 5D consciousness, to connect with that source power and just really change your reality and start manifesting things into your lives and really start showcasing your own abilities and just becoming the best version of yourself. So this is pretty much what it's all about here with the Quantum Elite community.
Amen, brother. I love that. And that's why you and I found one another to really just make some magic happen, because this Quantum Elite vibe has been leveraging me, elevating my mindset, mind, body, and spirit for the last 3.5 months. So Malek, why do you feel that the timing right now is so important for people to embark upon this journey and really enter this new fifth dimensional reality?
I mean, it's just the perfect time, because right now with everything that's been happening, I'm pretty sure everyone knows that the world is going through a global pandemic, right? And a lot of people have been sheltered. They've been like disenfranchised. Their communities have been broken up. They've been pretty much, locked in their homes and things like that. And here we are, the Quantum Elite community, open up our arms and our hearts and just welcoming people to come into this high vibe, and also have a tribe that's on the same vibration, that's here to uplift each other, that's here to support one another, and also just to realize that we're all interconnected. We're all brothers and sisters in reality, right? And, one of the great sages said, there's only two different type of people in this world. There's only your brothers in faith or your brothers in humanity, right? So this is the reason why it's so important important for us to have this collective consciousness and have this community at this given time, because there's just so much uncertainty going on right now. And a lot of people have been totally stripped from their entire communities. Some people have even been broken up from their families. And it's just the perfect time for us to really launch this and embark on this journey together.
Amen, brother. I love that. Love what I'm hearing. And if you love what you're hearing as well, if you really resonate with what Malik's saying, just either raise your hand or put a 1 in the chat if you're off camera, or give us some emojicons there, some hearts. And, what are we doing here? I mean, it's all about collaboration. Connect, create, celebrate. If we're not connecting, then there's no way we can create. And if we're not creating, there's nothing to celebrate. So it's really about rinsing and recycling that process over and over, refining it, allowing ourselves to enter that higher dimension of refinement where we become the best version of ourselves. And that's really what this space is all about. So just take a minute right now, as a guest, as a participant in the community, as a member of the Quantum Elite, wherever you may stand, and decide what's your intention for the next hour here. What do you really want to get out of this? And just consider it for a moment. Just consider the most elegant, high vibrational thought and feeling that you could have for the next hour of your life. You are a creator. You're not a victim. No one is victimizing you. You're creating all of this, and we certainly will be empowering you to discover that in a whole new way. And just share that intention in the chat, just in a word or two. Pardon me. What is that intention that you have for the next hour? Just throw it in the chat there. Let's see what some people are saying. Okay, soak up all this love. That's great. Peace. That's great. 5D activation, collaboration, sharing peace, being educated. Okay. Excellent. Is anyone interested in generating a higher level of business for themselves, just by show of hands? Yeah, if you want more business, throw that in the chat. Just put business. Just want to make sure we're talking to the right audience here. Okay, I see some business. Okay, great. So we're definitely going to share with you some of the underlying belief systems that may be holding you back in terms of why you haven't achieved what you've achieved. And also, what are those next steps? How can you overcome that? And that will be encompassed in the quantum activation, as well as the business model that we'll be showing you towards the end in terms of how you can actually leverage your own skill sets, your own community, and start generating recurring revenue. Just by show of hands, how many of you would like to generate recurring revenue in your business, making money while you sleep, doing the work once and getting paid over and over again? Absolutely. And if you do want recurring revenue, just write that in the chat as well. Just write recurring revenue. And we're just getting warmed up here. We're getting in the space of participation. Passive income, just as good. Potato, potato. All right, there it is. Perfect. So before we introduce Mark, he's going to come on here in a minute. Final question for you, Malik. You've got a lot of skills. You have this amazing community here, the Quantum Elite. Why did you decide to partner with Noble Goldman as your platform for collaboration?
That's a great question. And to answer that, the reason why I decided to partner with Noble Goldman is because I really aligned with their vision, their mission statement, just trying to really embark on creating collective communities. That's something that's really, really huge to me. And also, Noble Goldman is kind of like the Netflix of coaching, right? If those of you guys who really haven't, delved into the platform yet, this is exactly what you're going to be delving into. And Marc Santos, he's just, I don't have a better word than a unicorn, right? I mean, I've never met a person who has so many different dimensions to himself, and he's all about business. Like when I hear him teaching his trainings, it's very similar to what I teach. And then also he's all about helping people create that generational wealth. He wants to create 1 million millionaires, and that's a mission that I truly align with. And then another thing too is that he's so deep into personal development, and you can hear it in his spirit. And, he's so heart-centered. He's all about helping people. And that's the same exact personality that I have. So we really connected on that deeper level. And, another reason too is that, we want to help people to break out of this like network marketing, affiliate marketing trend where so many people are, being burned out and they're really not making the type of income that they really want to make. Like I've been blessed to be able to make multiple 6 figures, and it wasn't always easy for me. And one of the things that really helped me to propel myself to multiple six figures was tapping into this 5D reality, getting into the quantum field, and just realizing that I have everything that I need within myself, and that the source is really, supporting me at every given time. And once I stepped into this level of consciousness, it really helped me to transform. And I know that Mark is in that same reality. We're both tapped in to that same higher vibe and that same source and that higher consciousness. So when I met him, it was a perfect match, and I decided, hey, let's partner. So Noble Goldman and Quantum Elite has been just a phenomenal collaboration, and it's just getting better and better as we go. So I'm super excited about this, and I really appreciate you, opening up this platform for us, Mark.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'll introduce Mark here really brief. And as we do that, just make sure you can give Mark permission to share his screen as well there, Malek. And same way for me. I definitely see Mark as a unicorn. It's not often where you see a guy so technically skilled and so spiritually inclined. And when I met Mark, I knew there was something special. I knew there was some magic there. And when I saw what Malek was doing and I knew what Mark was doing, I knew that these guys had to get together to create something really powerful. So without further delay, let's bring Marc Santos up here. And Mark, welcome to our community.
Oh, thank you. Thank you all so much. I mean, that was incredible intro, making my head swell here. So, I just want you all to know, like, it's such a pleasure and an honor here to be with you all. And working with you, Malek and Matthew, it's been great for the last, really just getting to know you over the last few months and putting together this team and collaborating with you and working with you has been incredible. So I'm just really honored to be here today and connect with you all and have an opportunity to share with you what the platform is, why we're doing this, and how it works really. And I'll really only be able to cover the Cliff Notes version of this today, because I mean I could probably go on for a good 45 minutes, but I'll just give you the quick 15-minute summary. In short, we want to, number one, connect with everybody on the planet who wants to connect with us, number one. And we want to make sure everybody knows two things. The first thing is, what do you want from your life? Number one, what is it that you want? It doesn't matter what I want or what Malek wants or Matthew or anybody else here on the call. What is it that you want? Okay, that's number one. And then number two, do you understand how to get what you want? And that's what the whole platform is for, okay, to understand what you want and how to get it. And, the Noble Goldman platform was designed specifically for that purpose. And there's a whole methodology here. I won't go into it in detail, but really we're the supportive community environment. Quantum Elite, the Quantum Elite community, the Quantum Elite tribe, an incredible group of people. You connect with them. They're going to provide you this supportive community environment. I really see that as the soil, the foundation to build your dream on top of. Right, so that's the first thing. And the second thing is just get really clear about what you want and make sure you know the process of getting what you want by learning how to have effective goals, habits, behaviors, a health and wellness, a personal development routine, as well as a spiritual development routine, and understanding how to be productive, right? And I really, this is so incredibly important to really make sure that you're in alignment with your purpose. Why are you here? It doesn't really matter. We can do a million different things. And I understand this is a 5D business, blueprint. Okay. But what I want to make sure is, from my perspective, is that you're in alignment with your individual, unique 5D business transformation blueprint. There's 1,000 businesses that you can all succeed at, right? But what is in alignment with who you are as an individual? So we want to make sure, A, you understand how to put that together for yourself, get into alignment with your personal core values. They may be slightly different from mine, but that's okay, right? There's a way we can still collaborate together. And then the next reason why I put the platform together was to make sure everybody knew the game of life and how it was played. I know Malek knows it. I know he teaches it, right? And I know I'm sure a lot of you on the call here tonight know it. But really the game of life, I called it the abundance game, you know, but whatever you want to call it, just understand the process of growth, of taking the idea from your mind and manifesting it into reality. And that's why, like, I'm so appreciative to be here tonight for that reason, because I know this group is all about that. Okay. And that's exactly what I'm about. And then the next step in that process is, once you know who you are and what you want, and you understand the process of growth of that transformation, it's then just expand conscious awareness in whatever area is in alignment with your core values, right? For some of you, that's going to be professional development, because that's what this 5D business transformation blueprint's about. But for others, it might be family life or personal life or quality of life or spiritual life, or maybe a combination of multiple things. But whatever it is for you as an individual, the purpose of the platform is to create that connection and expand conscious awareness in the areas that are in alignment for you as an individual. All right. So that's sort of, if I was going to give you like the whole, you know, thing in one shot, that, you know, it's really just the tree of life. How do you thrive, grow, and succeed? Okay. And the next thing about the platform, you know, it's all about understanding that process of manifestation and going through the various steps. I won't go through them all tonight, but in short, it's get really, really clear about what you want. Understand the only thing that can prevent you from getting what you want is who? It's you, right? The only thing that could prevent you from getting what you want is you. So that's like the greatest news on the earth, because obviously you all don't want to get in your own way, right? So just learning how to get past that and then studying together. That's what this quantum community is all about. That's what NG is all about. That's what all of you are studying together. That's what this is all about, just learning and growing together. And then most importantly, and there's a temptation to want to manifest or to mastermind together and learn and study together. But I want to just challenge you on this one area. It's about getting productive together too, right? So it's studying is fantastic. Learning is great, but we actually want to create results together as well, right? So that's a really key component, because there's a temptation to just want to get together and mastermind and learn and grow. And that's fantastic, but there also has to be a balance of productivity. And then finally, the next step in the process, once you're clear about what it is you want, the next thing is understand the way you take it from your head and bring it into reality is with others, right? The chair you're sitting on, this internet connection we're using today, the computer we're using right now started in somebody else's mind and manifested into reality through collaboration with others. Right? So just recognizing that process. And once you understand how to do that, okay, and identify and collaborate with people, partner with people, obviously we're all here together doing that. Well, next step is to either develop leaders, create leaders, or partner with leaders. That's why it's my pleasure here, honestly and truly, to connect with you all. Right? This is the way we're going to manifest it into reality is developing leadership development skills and learning how to grow organizations together. Okay. And I don't want you to think network marketing and affiliate marketing. Malek mentioned this earlier. I want you to think partners at the game of life together. Okay. It's bigger than any one deal. This is bigger than NG. It's bigger than the Quantum Elite team. This is about us all winning together at whatever your passion is. And then finally, the next thing is to just grow an incredible network of incredible people that are working together in partnership, okay, and learning how to do that. Okay? It's not obvious, but once you practice a little bit, it becomes easier. And then finally, as it relates specifically tonight to this 5D business transformation blueprint, it really comes down to having multiple sources of income. And I know a lot of you already do. And hallelujah, that is the secret, right? And for those of you who don't, that we want to make sure you're getting 5, 10, 15 checks. I don't want you just having 1 or 2. Okay, I want you to understand how to do that. And we've actually created, there's tens of thousands of opportunities out there in the world. Okay, I won't go into them all. You connect with Malek and Matthew and the rest of the team to learn about all these incredible opportunities that are out there. But what I just want to highlight is if you have the skill of working in collaboration with others, you can succeed at anything. Gas station, hair salon, whatever. Go to Mars like Elon Musk. It doesn't matter, right? If you work in collaboration with others. If you don't have this skill set, you can't succeed at any of it. And that's, to me, what I see as the common denominator. When I was fortunate enough, when Matthew introduced me to Malek, he's that leader. He knows this stuff inside out and backwards. I know he does. And what we've done together is we put it all into one beautiful package together that we like to call the vault, right? And the Quantum Elite team is here within the vault, but the vault is really for all of you to understand this, okay? The vault is like Netflix. Okay, I just want you to imagine Netflix here of all this pre-recorded content, but more importantly than the pre-recorded content, it's the live calls. You get to connect with Malek and Matthew. You get to connect with Janet and Ruth. You get to connect with Michelle and Tony and Vanessa, right? You get to connect with live people who want to win with you. That's the key, okay? And the vault is all about that. And there's master classes in here from incredible human beings from all over the world. There's masterminds as well. And then there's pre-recorded content, like what Malek has been so generous with you all to put this incredible program in here, okay? So I want you to, this is incredible, insane value. It's absolutely insane. I know I'm not going to name names or name prices, but I know, I'm just telling you, you're getting an insane deal here with this, okay? Malek's been so generous with everybody. But what I want you to really understand about the Quantum Elite team is, why are we doing this? Why? Why are we going to give you like a few $1,000s off a deal? Because we want to win with you. That's the key. We know if you're winning, we're winning. It's as simple as that, right? So if every one of you wins, then we're going to all win together forever. But I know if you're not winning, it's not going to last. So I got to make sure you're winning. So, you know, Malek and Matthew have just spent so much time putting this together for everybody. And one other thing I just want to highlight just quickly about the vault here, because I think it's really relevant. And I don't know if you guys want me to go into the numbers tonight, but this is a leadership program, okay? And the purpose of this is, we know, and maybe Malek and Matthew, you guys would like to speak to this in a moment. I know that if you're an effective leader and you know how to create an organization and inspire, uplift, and help people live their best lives, if you have that skill, you can succeed at anything. It doesn't really matter. And I just want each and every one of you to be that person. And I just want the honor of being your business partner. That's it. And I don't care what we do together. I really don't. And there's 1,000 different ways we can make money. There's a great compensation plan here in the vault. I don't know if we're going to go into it tonight, but
yeah, we'll definitely get in that. But just by show of hands, how many people are looking to become a leader or a greater leader than they already are? How many people are looking for that opportunity, right? Building a team. How many want to build a team and then help them grow and prosper and create that impact, right? So, you know, in business, how do you do that? Typically it's with money, right? Like, just if you know money's essential to your business growth, just put money in the chat. Just write money in the chat. And because sometimes we have negative perceptions of money, and we're going to cover that stuff momentarily, and we'll let Mark give an overview of how the the compensation model works, where you can actually make some revenue with this. And then we'll cover it a little bit more in depth towards the end, particularly for those of you looking to get started right now. We're going to go into more detail with that. But I think it's perfectly appropriate, Mark, if you tell them why you created the model this way. Not so much the numbers. I mean, we're going to get into that for sure. How many want to see the numbers, by the way? How many want to see how much you could actually generate? We're definitely going to cover that. But more importantly, Mark, why did you structure it this way?
Yeah, great question. So the main reason, okay, is number one, the community, you know, NG, the rest of the people in the community here demanded it. You know, when I initially started the platform, it was specifically designed to help everybody learn this skill that I'd acquired, because I wanted to make sure I had the most effective team building and organizational management tool out there. Okay. That's why I created it. But then the team basically said, Mark, it's great. We're making money from all these different sources of income, but I want a bigger check from you. And everybody loved masterminding, and they want, why can't we be compensated for masterminding? Why can't we be compensated for sharing our skills and talents and specialized knowledge? And I know lots of people do. They wanted a compensation model for their efforts. And and then in addition to that, we knew that, you know, through growing the organization, that we had to be really effective at creating leaders. Like, that is the core skill for each and every one of us. Like, imagine you just transport yourself back in time, whatever, 4,000 or 5,000 years ago, and you're trying to build the pyramids. Okay? Imagine you're trying to build the pyramids. Can you do that by yourself? No, you can't, right? How many people do you think it actually took to do that? Thousands and thousands of people. How many leaders would have had to been created in agriculture and construction, let alone mining and transporting all of that rock, right? The point being is any endeavor, whether it be agriculture, whether it be an entrepreneurial endeavor, whether it be flying to Mars or whatever it is, okay? The key critical skill is you have to know how to be an effective leader and grow an effective organization. It doesn't matter if you're running a hair salon or a gas station. If you want any form of freedom at all, leadership is a core critical skill. So Matthew, to answer your question, why did we structure it this way? Because we wanted to inspire leaders to create leaders, to create leaders, to create leaders, and thrive at whatever they wanted to succeed at, and not make it dependent upon any one thing.
Amazing, really amazing. We'll transition to the next phase, and then we're going to cover the numbers. Oh, let's take, who wants to see the numbers right now? Just an overview. Who wants to see the numbers right now? Okay. Who wants to wait? Who wants to wait? Okay, I'm seeing more hands. And if you want to see the numbers right now, just put numbers in the chat so I can gauge this correctly. And why am I asking this? Because we want to make it about you. This is for you guys, right? We're doing it obviously so we can empower ourselves as leaders, but we also want to do that. So I'm getting a couple people here. Do it really overview, Mark, because we're going to get into more details. So just give them a bird's eye view, and then we'll cover it towards the end again in more depth.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, okay, perfect. We'll do it. I'll just give you the 2-minute version. So with the Vault, it's all about leadership development. And we know that in order for you to grow an effective organization, you need basically 2 things. You need a leaders in your organization, and you need cash flow. Okay? You need money in your business. That's what this 5D business transformation blueprint's all about. And that's what you really need. So this tool gives you both, okay? And how? Well, what we've done is we structured it with a low monthly subscription, $100 a month subscription, right? Unlimited coaching. You can connect to 10 calls. You can connect to 100 calls a month. I wouldn't recommend doing any more than 3 or 4 a week, but you're getting a huge amount of value, Okay. But you could, if you show up just at one call a week, okay, in my opinion, you're getting insane value. Some of the coaches in the platform charge $500 an hour for one-on-one coaching with them. Okay. So I want you just to get that context. But the reason why we structured it this way is A, we want to make coaching accessible to everybody, but B, we want to give a method for the coaches to partner with all of the other students and marketers out there. You know, coaches traditionally don't really like marketing, right? They like coaching. Marketers like marketing. So we can help the coaches find the marketers and create a win-win relationship between the two. And that's why it's a 75% compensation model. Now you can go into the website and look at it yourself. I'll just pull it up here on a spreadsheet really briefly so everybody can see. The simple numbers are this. You know, if you show up to one call a month, like I said, I believe you're getting your value. Okay. But if you really, as a student, and you show up here and you want to receive free coaching, who here as a student would want free coaching? Yeah, of course, right? It's kind of a no-brainer. Well, all you do, because we've made it really, really generous, the referral program that's just included in the service, you refer 2 people and you're getting unlimited coaching for free forever. It's kind of a no-brainer. But if you're a marketer and you want to actually turn this into a source of income, if you want this 5D business transformation blueprint, really what it comes down to is being willing to help other people get what they want. That's what I get from the 5D. I'd really love to hear what you have to say, Malek, on this. But to me, it's being willing to help others. Okay, who's here is willing to help another person get what they want from their lives? I know I am. Okay, that's why I'm doing all this. So if you're willing to help in whatever of the next 12 to 24 months, you help 10 people get what they want from their lives. And we're going to do a 10 by 10 matrix. Will all 10 want to build an organization with you? No, but we're just showing you some averages. Numbers are going to change. That means that absolutely every single person on this call, if you're willing to help 10 people get what they want from their lives in any area of their life, okay, that's a $12,000 a month passive income stream for you. Okay. Now, that's sort of the basic one, Matthew. Maybe I'll just leave it at that because I know the numbers are less relevant right now.
Perfect. Yep.
But I want you all to understand, all you have to be willing to do is help other people get what they want from their lives with no preconceived conceptions, ideas, whatever. It just be of service to others and let the chips fall where they may. And they will fall in the right direction if you're doing the right thing. So thank you guys for the invitation to be here tonight.
Thank you, Mark. That's incredible. And how many of you are seeing the value in what we're doing here in this powerful collaboration with Noble Goldman? Yeah. And, you know, just if you're feeling the vibes, if you're feeling the synergy, just write collaborate in the chat, just so we know we're speaking to a 5D audience. Because again, if you're not willing to cooperate, then it's not going to work. And here with the Quantum Elite as well as Noble Goldman, we're a big fan of the African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. And often when you're going fast nowhere. So there's really no point to doing it as an individual. It doesn't work. I mean, if it worked, great, we'd be preaching that, but it simply doesn't work. So if you really want to achieve everything that your heart desires, it has to be done by collaborating with others. Now, is every person going to be a big fit? The best fit? Maybe, but probably not, right? So the goal is to find your tribe, find those people that resonate most with you. And we're going to be diving deeper into that. We're going to be activating your inner magnetism to actually attract those people that are the best fit for you. Because if you're not attracting those people, then you can end up giving yourself a lot of headaches and conflict. And I'm not sure what's going on with the screen there, Malek, but you might need to take some charge there. But the point is, collectively, we can do anything. Collectively, we can organize ourselves in the most effective way to achieve what we need to achieve. So how many of you are willing to be of service in order to achieve what your heart desires, just by show of hands? Absolutely. Just disable screen sharing there for everyone, Malek, so we can get that off. and I'm sure we'll get that sorted out. I'll keep talking along here though. So what we're going to do next, everyone, is bring up some of our esteemed members, and we have too many to hear from everyone. So we're going to have a few come up. We're going to have about 4 people come up, speak for a minute or two on what they've experienced, what they've gained, the value they've received, just so you can all hear social proof that, hey, this is working, right? You know, I mean, how many of you are resonating thus far? How many of you are getting it? How many of you are loving it? Right? But when you hear someone's experience firsthand, doesn't that take it up a notch as well? Doesn't that help you build more trust? Right? It's all about that know, like, trust factor. So that's the whole basis of what we're doing here. We're building relationships with one another. And our investment, we're committed to building the highest quality relationship with you. So if you're looking for your success partner in the game of life, you've found it. The grass isn't greener on the other side. You're right here, right now, in the right place at the right time. And we're going to be hearing from some of our people that have discovered that for themselves. And they're going to share with you exactly why that is the case. So just to cue you guys up, we're going to hear from Ruth. Then we're going to hear from Tony. Then we're going to hear from Michelle. Then we're going to hear from Vanessa. So we're going to start it off with Ruth and our Diamond Matrix Master Quantum Magnifier, Ruth Elizabeth from Down Under. Please unmute yourself, Ruth, and come share with us for a minute or two. What has your experience been like as a student and member of Quantum Elite Noble Goldman, as well as a facilitator?
My experience with this has been amazing. I am still surprised. Okay. Mark, I just want to say congratulations for just a magnificent creation. And I think everyone that's here is saying and have said, and I quote you in particular, that we've all wanted to develop this program ourselves. We've all been saying this for years. We need a platform that we can just bring like-minded people together to do it. And we've all wanted to do this. So to me, I think we've already collaborated in building this genius. We've all been a part of it. But no, congratulations on being the incredible figure that you are, and what you've brought through is just remarkable. And thank you to Malek and to Matthew as well, and Michelle and Tony, okay, because I've come in under these guys and they are so incredibly impressive. Okay. I didn't have to be sold on this platform because it's everything that I'd asked for. As Diamond Matrix Masters, and indeed as a lone person in the world of, you know, trying to market something that I believe passionately in, you know, education and sharing the tools and that I've actually mastered, and to pass that out to people. I was a solo, you know, I was just running solo. I was by myself. And because of the, you know, the intricate areas of marketing we'd have, you know, you'd be trying to write Facebook ads, you'd be making funnels and having to pay, you know, copywriters and websites. And I don't know how many websites I've been through. And it's just incredible. You know, it takes a lot of effort to get through to this point. And here it is. This platform has it all sitting there for us, you know, that we can actually have our own affiliate links and just be able to create them to what it is that we're wanting to stream is just incredibly powerful. But one of the biggest things I've gotten straight away is the incredible love of this community. It's just unconditional love. They are pouring into me every day. I have never gotten so much love. Okay, it's always been like pulling teeth to get that sort of attention and love and commitment and devotion, and just us showing up to each other's, you know, platforms and masterclasses and things like that. And then if you can imagine, you know, just the marketing and sharing out, we're going across the world. You know, I've never been able to get out of Australia. It's like so difficult to get out of Oz. But at the moment, lockdown or no, we're all over the place. We're all over the world, you know, and it's because of all these beautiful faces here that have been just magnifying, sending it out, you know, and things like that. I just can't be more grateful for this platform. And we're going to do so much more with it, okay, because I've got big visions too, Mark. And I'm so pleased to be online with you right now. So thank you so much. I don't want to keep going, but yeah, that it's
Ruth.
impressive. Hmm.
Outstanding, outstanding. And how many are getting Ruth's enthusiasm as she's sharing there? Right? Like, you know, obviously we're solving a lot of problems for her. We're solving a lot of problems for a lot of coaches, facilitators, people looking to build that 5D business model. And she was just scratching the surface. But, you know, isn't it nice when things are just done for you, just by show of hands? How many of you would like to have the hard parts figured out? And all you have to do is implement. As long as you're willing to implement, as long as you're coachable. How many of you are coachable, just by show of hands? As long as you're coachable and willing to learn, you're going to have success. As Ruth has had, as now we'll hear from Tony, another leader in our organization here. So Tony, please share, what have been the benefits of you being a part of the Noble Goldman and Quantum Elite community?
Not being alone. Finally. And that's been the biggest thing. Coming from an industry where it really was all about self. And I'm not saying, of course, we all have to work on self, our inner divineness, but it was different in the industry I came from. It was really just you just buckling down and, you know, grinding it out and moving it forward. And even though the industry that I came from, as you know, which was the golf industry, which gave me an amazing career and an amazing opportunity, incredible people I've met through my career, I just always felt alone. Like you're just alone because you're always in competition all the time. There's always an underlying theme that you are competing. It doesn't matter. Even when there's some collaboration going, there's just still this ego bashing and bumping heads, and it was exhausting. I was exhausted, right? So to find a community like this, because I'd come online a few years ago, and I was just seeing a lot of things that still felt icky. So I started this whole idea of heart-mindedness and authenticity. And I thought, where are my people? Where are they? Right? And as Ruth said, oh, you see, I guess we must have manifested it already into the quantum field, right? So, and lo and behold, there's Mark. So thank you, Mark, for creating what we have been sending out there for so long and desiring so much. And so for me, it's been the community. It's the heart-mindedness, the authenticity. This whole platform is based on one thing, the golden rule. But it's also based on the platinum rule. And that's what makes this so unique and so delicious, because what's the platinum? Well, we all know the golden rule, but the platinum rule is everybody has a different desire. Everybody has a different vision. And where can you go where no matter what your vision or your desire or your heart is calling, that you can actually win and achieve it and have a community who will back you up 100%. Because that's what excites me, is hearing what my partners want. And it's like, let's go do it. And we have all the tools inside, all the tools inside and resources. But more than anything, we have the people. You really are not left alone. You are not. And I've been in a lot of I've tried some other different companies, and they're all, you know, they have their place and they're great. But this is really, truly about collaboration, co-creation, and contribution. When we all start sharing our gifts and linking arms and linking hearts, we all win. We truly do all win. And that's why I'm so excited to be part of this community, this platform, and so grateful for everybody that has been part of my journey. My life has gone up tenfold since being part of this the last few months. I can't imagine my life without it.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow. Well, celebrate. I'm going to drop a celebration emoji in there because that is awesome, Tony. Thanks so much. And how many of you are really feeling this vibe where you have a platform to demonstrate your skills, talents, and special knowledge and share your gifts with others? How many of you appreciate that? Absolutely. And so that's what it's all about. It's about you. It's about you having the opportunity to share your gifts in a safe environment, an environment where you're going to be accepted, environment where you can grow your leadership capabilities. You can continue to grow and transform at your own pace of personal and spiritual development. That's really what it's all about. And someone really special in the sense that she's grown by leaps and bounds since we started this endeavor. is Michelle Grote. And we're going to hear briefly from Michelle, and then she's actually going to share a little bit about what we're doing with the affiliate program towards the end as well. So make sure you guys hang around. We're a little bit over time, so we're probably going to go 10, 15 minutes over. But I promise you it'll be well worth it. So let's hear from Michelle here. What has your experience been as part of this community, Michelle?
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, gosh. You know, I'm a feeling girl, so I'm going to try not to cry because I am so overwhelmed at how blessed my life is reflecting to me. I spent a life of trauma and drama and suffering, and I got to a point in my life where I started feeling pretty good, and I was like, I don't want to do anything I don't want to do anymore. And a lot of you know that I'm a network marketer. That's how I made my extra income. I came from like a nanny position. And I wanted to retire by the time I was 53. So lo and behold, I broke my ankle at 52. I'm sorry, 54. At 53, 2 months before I turned 54, and I had to retire. And I was a little nervous. But the thing is, by going to these classes, by being in this community, I get activated daily. And it holds me. It holds me in that higher vibration. And the world that is reflected back to me is so beautiful and expansive and bright and light. I mean, I get to play with all of you people who I look up to, who I'm so humbled and honored. Like, I'm life's poster child, right? I don't really have any qualifications. I'm not like anything special. I just find now what I love and I share it. And the best thing is bringing people into this community and watching them light up too. It's way more than information. It's way more than instruction. It's transformation. It's activation. It's love. It's expansion. It's awareness. It's truly 5D. And I am so, I'm goosed out, you guys. My heart is so huge. I have what I want in my life. I love my life every single day. I get to play with you guys. And I get paid for it. What? It's amazing.
Sounds like a win-win, Michelle. That's amazing. Well, thank you for sharing your enthusiasm for this. And, you know, how many of you are getting excited about the prospect of parking, as Tony likes to say? You're playing and you're working simultaneously. How many of you love that? Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's hear from potentially our youngest member here, but nonetheless a superstar in her own right and super gifted. And Vanessa, just in a minute or two, please share what has been your ultimate passion and gains from this community. And you're muted there, Vanessa, so please let us hear your voice.
Thank you. Perfect. So like others have mentioned, the vision of creating something similar to this. And then, of course, thank you, Mark, to doing most of the hard work for us, right? So that's amazing. And as one of the facilitators and having my own company that I have big dreams and visions for, I see that it's a lot more possible than just doing it on my own. Like, again, what others have mentioned as well, what Tony was saying, you know, doing it all on your own. It is a lot of work, you know, when you have big dreams about, you know, your company changing the world and you having these big teams, and I have a lot of big visions and big dreams. And so it finally feels like it's something possible, and that I don't have to do it alone. And when I am having a challenging time or going through transition in my life, to know that I have so many different classes and facilitators depending upon where I feel guided to go, that I can go and get my consciousness shifted and I can go and learn something. It's quite unique and very beautiful. And I've spent lots of money on coaches and different programs and things. So I'm ultimately just super grateful for the community, because as a facilitator with big dreams that I know Tony knows of, to feel that support and to feel that love, that no matter what, like, I don't have to do this alone, that I am fully supported, and that all of you believe in me. There's absolutely, there's nothing better than support. And that's truly a huge aspect of what I stand for and what my company stands for. So that's what just means everything to me.
Amen. Amen. How many of you have big dreams that you'd like to achieve? Yeah. And how many of you would love to be supported by a loving community to help nurture those dreams and manifest them? Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing here. So just take a minute right now, and Malek, make sure you can cue me up here to share my screen again, because I'm going to go through some things. But take a moment right now and think about, what are your dreams? What are you looking to achieve with your life? And just think as big as you want, right? Anything is possible. And obviously, whatever you need to experience in your life will manifest in a positive way. But just let your mind expand and what is possible for you. And know that when you have a group of like-minded people, 35 people on this call, imagine 35, imagine more, imagine 350, imagine 3,500. Imagine on the Noble Goldman platform right now, we have over 5,400 people supporting your goals and dreams and desires to help you manifest the reality you prefer. So just tune into that. And I'm going to share my screen here in terms of what might be some of those things holding you back, because we want to tackle that first. We got to look at those parts of ourselves that we're not really haven't been having the confidence or courage to look at. Why? Because we've been trying to do it on our own versus doing it collectively. When we look at these things as a group entirely, then they become very insignificant and easy to transcend. So we're going to look at that first. Then we're going to look at the positive aspects. How can we actually grow into this greater aspect of who we are? And then you'll probably be a little bit charged up. You might have a little bit of a negative charge. That's cool. Just embrace it. And you're probably going to have a positive charge too. We're going to neutralize the negativity and amplify the positivity through a quantum activation process. So make sure you stick with us here. And like I said, we're probably going to go for about 10, 15 minutes over, but it's guaranteed going to be well worth your time, and you're going to get tremendous value. So how many of you are in it for the long haul here with us? You're going to stick around, get 100% out of this and participate? Okay, awesome. So I'll go ahead and share my screen here, and we'll go through this relatively quick, just so that you guys can get an idea here of what may unconsciously be holding you back. Maybe you just haven't had the opportunity to really dive into some of these frustrations and irritations. So just by show of hands, how many of you feel like somewhere deep down there, or maybe you're quite aware of it, feel like you have some limiting beliefs holding you back from taking action? Just by show of hands, how many of you feel like you might be in that space? Just being honest with yourself. It's a safe environment. That's the first step. It really requires that honesty, because once you start becoming honest, then you can align, then you can have integrity. From integrity, you can begin to have gratitude. And from gratitude, you can gain a greater sense of humility for your own power. So that's really where we're all headed here. So how many of you feel like maybe you've been working really hard in your business, but you haven't been making the money that you want? Has that ever happened to you in the past, in the present? Do you fear that might happen in the future? We're just being honest, safe environment. And like the industry standard in network marketing, affiliate marketing, is making less than $1,500 a year. So, you don't have to raise your hand for this one, but just know, like, if you haven't made more than that, you're not alone. There's a lot of people out there that are in that same space. So our endeavor is to help you go far, far beyond that. Some of the pains that you might be experiencing, and again, we just want this to be laid out. We want the stuff to bubble up so we can look at it, so we can transform it. And it's like transforming lead into gold. When you're honest about what may have been holding you back, then you can actually empower yourself to move forward. So how many of you have ever been confused or not sure about what to do in your business? Not had the blueprint, not had the structure, whether in the present or the past, we're just, we want to just open up here a little bit and be vulnerable. Having the systems in place that can be replicated, having the direction, guidance, and support. I mean, those can be challenging things to find, right? How many of you have been in this trading time for money paradigm? I know everyone should have their hand up for this one in some way, or put a 1 in the chat. If you're off camera, just throw a 1 in the chat so you can participate with us here. And again, we just want you engaged. We want you to have this part of your brain active where you can see that, hey, I relate to this in some way and I can make a difference for myself, right? Some of you might be working so hard that you have limited time for family and leisure. Or some of you might be feeling like you're burnt out and unfulfilled with what you're doing. Maybe you had passion in the beginning, but it's led to a feeling of overgiving, overextending, and now there's a sense of burnout. How many of you can relate to that in some way, shape, or form, whether in the past or in the present? Everyone should have their hand up. At some point, we've all experienced that, absolutely. And then the fears, right? Like, I'm getting older. Maybe I'm running out of time. I'm running out of money. As I'm getting older, I don't have the results to show. I should be further ahead. I mean, how many people feel like you should be further ahead than you are? Just, again, being honest. You know, throw 1 in the chat again, just to participate along if you're feeling that way at all, on any level. If you're feeling it even a little bit, right? We're going to neutralize that, or a little bit's too much, right? Some people here feeling like they don't have enough skills or they don't understand social media or technology enough. I mean, how many have been challenged by conforming to the new standards of technology required to be online, right? Maybe you've like learned, and kudos, right? Like, we've had a lot of people in the community, they've just, you know, pulled their socks up and said, hey, I'm going to learn this stuff. But there's definitely a challenge to start and, you know, turning off that perpetual rat race. How many of you would just like to quiet your mind at some point and just be like, hey, I can relax. You know, everything's going to work out. I have time for my family and friends. Just drop a 1 in the chat if you ever feel like you get caught up in that from time to time. And again, it's not the positive things we're looking for in this moment. We just want to be honest with ourselves. When have we been feeling cut off from source? And how can we mitigate that? How can we reduce that? That's ultimately what we're looking for. So just be present to that. And like I said, momentarily, we're going to get into quantum activation to start neutralizing these things. But what you're looking for, just again, by show of hands or throwing a 1 in the chat, how many of you are looking for a predictable and sustainable stream of revenue that you can count on from month to month? How many of you would like that, right? Breaking free from the time for money paradigm, that's part of our mission, giving you the direction, structure, and support, and leveraging your team, right? Mark and the Noble Goldman community, this is where I learned the concept of leverage, right? Your team's actually working for you, right? Like Ruth said, we're all over the planet. So while you're sleeping, people on your team are actually building it for you. They're working for you. And then when they're sleeping, you're working for them. So it's an exchange, right? But rather than you doing it all on your own, how many would feel great just knowing that there's people who have your back and want your goals to be achieved just as much as you do? And again, keep those 1s coming, right? Just keep the engagement coming. Make sure you're engaged. Don't just be an observer of the game, be a participant. How many of you want to have more fun and more time for your family and leisure and recreation, and want to feel more confident and optimistic about your future, right? Just again, just, you know, put your hands up. You probably just leave it up for these, right? Because everybody is looking for these things. And then the larger dreams and aspirations, right? That, like Vanessa was talking about, like, how many of you want to create that legacy for your family, for generations to come? How many of you would just love to know you're making that ripple effect? Like, you are significant, you're having an impact, right? The way we view it is our actions today are impacting the next 7 generations. So what are we doing that's going to have the most beneficial outcome for those future generations? And the idea of, you know, attracting more people simply by just shining your light, just by being you. That's what builds your business. You get to be you, and you get to be wealthy and healthy and successful. How many of you would like that? Again, just by show of hands or putting a 1 in the chat just to participate here. Become the authority of your life. You are the author, right? No longer feeling like a victim ever. No longer feeling as though others have control. You're in charge because you're creating your own economy. And as you're building your team, you'll be seen as a leader, and you can become aligned and do what you love. You can fall in love all over again with being an entrepreneur, with being the star of your own show, knowing that you have the power to make a difference, empowering your own life as well as having that positive ripple effect on others. How many of you are in it to win it and want that outcome? Just by show of hands or throwing a 1 in the chat. Absolutely. So what we're going to do now, we're going to do this gamma activation process, this quantum activation, so that all of you can begin to see that translate into your lives. And we're going to go through this. It'll be about 5 minutes or so. And we're really going to tap into your core inner power. We're going to leverage some of those pain points, some of those negative aspects of ourselves that we've created, that we've allowed to manifest in some way, shape, or form. We're going to neutralize those, and we're going to move into empowerment. We're going to move into the dreams and aspirations and becoming the best version of ourselves. How many of you want that? Just by show of hands or throwing a 1 in the chat. Awesome. Okay, you're in the right place. So quantum activation, gamma breathing, it's a simple process. It takes about 1 minute to 2 minutes per cycle of breathing. I'll be guiding it, so there's nothing to memorize or anything like that. We'll be doing it 1 breath at a time, accompanied by guided visualization. And we're going to start off by neutralizing some of those negative aspects, negative beliefs, negative perceptions. So we'll do it with our eyes closed, and let's join together here. Now, everyone, go ahead, close your eyes, and just know you're in a safe, supportive environment. You found your tribe, you found your home, you found your community, and you can let these defenses go. You can let any of these ideas that you need to hang on to something that isn't serving you, you can allow that to leave. You can allow it to release. And begin by breathing all the way out of your mouth, emptying your lungs. And now breathe mouth in for 3 seconds. And mouth out for 3 seconds. And breathe nose in. And mouth out. And nose in. And nose out. Nose in. Nose out. Mouth in. Nose out. Mouth in. And mouth out. And hold your breath for 10 seconds. And just feel that sense of balance and neutrality, knowing that you're falling into your center, falling into your truth, coming into your heart, keeping your eyes closed, breathing normal. And just hold the space for 30 seconds. This is your true home, your true space, your ultimate reality, your ultimate community. Hold it for another 10 seconds. Just feel this power. This is your power. This is your time, your opportunity to flourish, to grow. And keeping your eyes closed, just focus on what you're looking for. What are you looking for right now? All those positive aspects of finding the solution that's best for you. Knowing that you're in the right place at the right time with the right people doing the right things. Knowing that the possibility of having a predictable and sustainable stream of revenue is available to you. Knowing that you have the direction, structure, and support that you've always wanted, and now it's here for you. What you need has arrived. You can have an amazing team working for you, working with you, experiencing love rich, loving the connection, having more time for your family, for yourself, and feeling a greater sense of empowerment, confidence, and optimism about the future. Just tune into that reality, feel it, sense it, visualize it, allow yourself to have it, and breathe all the way in through your mouth, filling your lungs. And mouth out 3 seconds. And mouth in. And mouth out. Nose in. Nose out. Nose in. Nose out. Mouth in. Mouth out. Mouth in. Holding your breath for 10 seconds, and just hold this space of knowing that you've found what you're looking for. This is your new reality. You are transformed, living in the 5th dimension. This is your new business, your new home, your new community. Keeping your eyes closed, breathing naturally, and just hold this space for 30 seconds. Feel empowered, feel true, feel confident, inspired, the best version of yourself in this moment. It's all about you. It's all about you cooperating with others. It's all about you identifying with unity consciousness. We're all in this together. Hold this space for 5 more seconds. And now in your mind's eye, just imagine your dreams and aspirations. See yourself creating that legacy for generations to come. See yourself attracting more people on your vibrational level into your reality simply by being yourself and shining your light. Allow your light to shine. Allow yourself to become the authority and author of your life. Feel the power, the truth, the command. See yourself as a leader. See others viewing you as a leader. You are a leader. You're building a team authentically from the highest level of energy, the highest level of transparency and truth. You are aligned and you're doing what you love. This is your home. This is heaven on earth. The kingdom of heaven is within you and it's shining out, being shared and extended to all of those in your reality. Allow it to crystallize into your consciousness by breathing all the way in through your mouth, filling your lungs. And mouth out 3 seconds. Mouth in. Mouth out. Nose in. Nose out. Nose in. Nose out. Mouth in. Mouth out. Mouth in. Holding your breath for 10 seconds and feeling the crystallization of your dreams and aspirations becoming a reality. This is your time. This is your truth. This is your home. You have found your tribe. Keeping your eyes closed and just holding this space for another 30 seconds, breathing naturally, feeling the connection with one another, feeling the connection with all that is, knowing that the timing is perfect. You're in the right place at the right time with the right people doing the right things. in the space of love, unconditional support. Hold this space for 15 more seconds. And prepare your mind for the next step, stepping into the unknown, into that doorway, exploring your gifts and talents and abilities in the greatest way, knowing that the opportunity is here for you to take advantage in a positive way, to manifest your reality, manifest your community. And when you're ready, open your eyes, returning to the present moment, feeling energized, relaxed, powerful. Have some water if it's available for you. Excellent. And just by show of hands or putting a 1 in the chat, how many of you are feeling really excellent right now? And how many of you would appreciate doing this type of thing on a regular basis? Connecting, creating, celebrating, feeling amazing. Just take note, how much better do you feel in this moment? How much more connected do you feel? This can be your reality all the time. That's what the quantum elite is. That's what Noble Goldman is. So with your permission, by show of hands, may I show you the value of what we really have here? May I break it down for you just so you can see line item by line item? Absolutely. So I'm going to share my screen here again so you guys can see fully what we've created for you, just so it's really clear, because clarity is really what we're looking for here. So this is really only a snippet of what is in the vault, but it's what we feel is most relevant for you to get started. We want you guys to have a 90-day success plan. How many of you enjoy having structure, knowing that you have clear direction in terms of where you're going? Is that helpful? You know, just to have that clarity. So this is basically your clarity. This is your blueprint for the next 90 days. Working on yourself first, right? Because first it starts with me, then it moves into we, cooperation, and then us, unity consciousness. So Noble Goldman, the Vault, that's our premium membership, as Mark shared. And you know, the price is there, obviously, I'll cover that. But we want to break down for you, what exactly are you getting? And so in order to build a business, would everyone agree you need prospects and leads to build a business, right? You need people to talk to. So that's what we want to start you off with. And that's really the foundation of the Quantum Elite, is quantum organic lead generation. That's a masterclass led by Malek every week, Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern. And we value each of these classes at $100 per class. So when you're showing up to be with Malek every week, that's valued at $400 per month. And that's probably undervaluing it, but we just want to put a number there so people can see, hey, this is what you're getting. And then, of course, as you're generating leads, you're talking to people, that's going to open up a whole new perception of reality for you. You're going to see parts of yourself you may have not known. You might run into barriers and challenges in communication, because this is all about who you're going to grow into. So who better to grow with than our resident Diamond Matrix quantum lore specialist, Ruth Elizabeth. She'll be guiding you through 2 times per week, if you need it, to go through that inner exploration so you can overcome that inner sabotage, that imposter syndrome, right? Like, how many people know what I'm talking about here, right? We have our barriers that come up and we need to knock them over. We need to overcome them. Throw 1 in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. And Ruth is fully qualified to help you with that. Then, of course, myself, I host the Quantum Money Activation Masterclass. Why do I do that? To empower everyone in the community to stay on target with your recurring revenue goals, right? Because if you have a goal in mind, like if you're playing soccer, if you're over here in the Western world, or, you know, football over there in Europe, or on the other side, you know, you have that goal in mind. I'm going to put this ball in the net. Now, I'm not going to insist or assume how that's going to happen. It's going to be organic, but I need to have that target. So just like Olympic athletes are consistently training for that gold medal, whether they achieve it or not really isn't the point. It's the fact that they're training for it, and what you practice becomes permanent. So that's what the quantum money activation is all about. Does that make sense? What you practice becomes permanent. So if you're consistently visualizing, working towards your goals, you're going to achieve something, right? And just as the saying goes, you know, if you reach for the stars and land on the moon, you're still doing pretty good. So that's the main endeavor here. We want to help you get to whatever highest level is most relevant for you. And one amazing coach who I had the privilege of meeting this gentleman today for the first time, a gentleman named Walter, seasoned coach, all-star coach, charges, you know, a really high price for his coaching. I'm not even going to go into that, but he is fully qualified to help you discover your reason for being, discover the difference between power versus force. And again, that $400 a month for his coaching, some cases, he has small groups, so you're getting really intimate coaching. It's definitely undervalued at $400, but we just want to put that there. Really incredible stuff that Walter brings to the table. Then we have this 40-year network marketing veteran who's already created millionaires, a gentleman named Russ Devan. He's created a program called Success by Design Untraining. 10 years ago, he used to teach this program in a live weekend workshop. He charged $10,000 for that. So, again, we're totally putting, a lesser number of what the actual value is, but we just want to staple something there so you have something in your left brain in terms of what this is valued at. But Russ is guiding week by week how to unlearn all the negative habits in affiliate marketing, network marketing, business building. And as I said, he's already created millionaires. So if you're looking to become a millionaire, who better to learn from than someone who's already done it time and time again? Russ Devan, an incredible trainer housed inside the vault, accessible by our premium membership only. And then last but not least here, as you guys start generating money, there's called an M2 strategy, right? M1 is trading time for money. M2 is having your money work for you. And of course, M3 is investing your time to have that recurring revenue. That's what this model is. But the M2 is about, where do you put this money? How do you have your money make money for you? Well, we have this incredible Zenvestors crypto mastermind headed up by this amazing gentleman named Christos in the UK and Ireland, I believe. And young gentleman, but his knowledge and wisdom in the crypto space is second to none. And I've been getting to know him. He will guide you every week. How do you invest, even if it's just a little bit, right? How do you get started in that? How do you leverage that? How many of you would agree that crypto is just booming right now? Like, it is hot. And whether it even makes sense, who cares? I mean, you might as well put a stake in it, not all your money, but put a stake in it, take advantage. And who better to learn from than people that are doing it, right? To have the confidence. Like, I had no idea how to invest in crypto until I started talking to Mark. I had no idea, right? I knew the opportunity was out there, but I had no idea. So I learned that through our community here. So as you guys can see, this is the 5th dimensional business transformation blueprint. Just by show of hands, how many of you would agree that this will definitely provide support for you? I mean, above and beyond. This is probably more than you actually need, but we want to give you everything possible that we can in order for you to be successful. And of course, the bonus here, which Mark was alluding to before, Malek's Build 5K with Malek, outstanding program, teaches everything you need to know about selecting your avatar. Like, who do you actually want to work with? How do you find them? How do you communicate with them? How do you connect with them? Again, easily worth at least $3,000, that program. Malek sold his coaching for thousands of dollars in the past. So the total value here, and again, this is not even the full thing, but this is what you need for the next 90 days. The value is definitely over $5,000. And again, it almost looks ridiculous saying that it's only 100, but why did we do that? We just want it to be a no-brainer. Like, how many of you would agree it's a no-brainer to invest in something like this, moving yourself forward? Put a 1 in the chat if you're off camera. Why do we want it to be a no-brainer? Because we want to support you. It's about you. It's about you achieving your goals, your dreams, your aspirations. And some education is going to be required. Like, if you haven't done these things before, if you're not familiar with what we teach in these classes, you got to learn first. So that's cool, right? That's why you're coachable. But we will help you achieve that. And again, we want to totally reduce the risk for you guys. It has a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you attend each of these classes and, for whatever reason it ain't for you, cool. No problem. We got the 30-day money-back guarantee, but we want you to take advantage of what we've created here. It truly is a win-win, right? The only way we could make this available is if we were leveraging the Noble Goldman platform, is if we were leveraging our time and skills, all the coaches, all the leaders. So again, just by show of hands, they're putting a 1 in the chat. How many of you can see, like, we really did a great job to put this together for you guys? Like, we really said, hey, we're going all in. This is a legacy. We know people need this. We know you're looking for it. So, just to get real here for a moment, how many of you are actually ready? If you're a guest, obviously, if you're not already a premium Vault member? How many of you are ready to take that step of faith into the unknown and join us? How many of you? So if you're a yes, if you're a hell yes, if you're like, I'm absolutely certain, what we're going to do here is we're going to have Michelle come on. She's going to talk a little bit about the affiliate program, how you can make money. We're going to break that down for you. And then if you definitely know, like, hey, I'm all in, I got to try this 30-day money back guarantee. It's a no risk, no brainer. I'm going to go for it. Then we're going to do an onboarding process, and we're actually going to do a bonus gamma breathing activation to pave that path for the next 90 days. So you know exactly what you're doing and you're locked in with that deep internal motivation to drive it forward and make it happen. So just by show of hands, does that sound good? Does that sound like something you would want to participate in? Let's see. Okay, we do got some hands. Throw one again if you're off camera. So stick around here. If you're wanting to explore the business model even more, you want to see how can I actually generate money with this? And if you want to go through the onboarding process, we're going to walk you through that as well, how you can actually get started with a premium membership right here, right now. But first, let's turn it over to Michelle. And Michelle, just share your experience. Like, why do you love the affiliate program? Just speak from your heart. What does it mean to you? How has it empowered you in your career as an entrepreneur?
Wow. Can I sign up again? I'm serious. This was amazing. I'm so excited. Life, like I said before, is exciting now. Like, I get to do this with you guys and share what I love. I get to go and introduce people to this and say, come on, take a class, see what you think, you know, have a look at the Noble Goldman platform, meet my pardsy Tony Taylor. She's amazing. You're going to love her. Come over and get a new perspective with Ruth, you know, let Matthew shift your perspective just that little bit and see if your life doesn't change. My life has changed so much with you guys. I have gone from work and grind and hustle and struggle to plarking, play working, to creating and collaborating and celebrating, leverage, you know, no more network marketing, it's relationship marketing. I'm truly connecting, creating, and celebrating. And it's really, like you said, Matthew, just shining my light. We have some very good tools to make it easy to share. We'll meet you where you are. If these terms sound good to you, plarking, leverage, relationship marketing, hop on. You know, when I learned to let go and stop holding on so tight, things started rushing in. And I just keep pouring it out, whether it's my love, my time, my money. And it's almost like I'm bending space and time. I have added so many different things to my life to keep me busy, and yet I always have time available. So if it sounds good, if you guys are ready, let's do this. I invite you. It's going to be the time of your life.
Amen. Amen. I love that. Thank you kindly, Michelle. You know, this is what it's all about. It's our own personal experience, right? Because we have to have that. And as we share that, that's what brings people in. So that's really all we're doing here when we're sharing this model with people. And we're just talking about, hey, this is our mission. This is what we're doing. We're working towards the we consciousness, community, cooperation. We're talking about the unity consciousness, the us, right? So if you're looking and align with this mission, if you're looking for something like that, then this is the place. So this is the 3-tier affiliate program. Mark went into it. Basically, it's a 2 to 3 year program typically. Can you do it faster? Absolutely. But we're not here to put pressure on you, right? Do we have additional things that you can engage in to accelerate the process? Absolutely. But if you go slow and steady, if you take your time and you just follow this step-by-step, move by move that we've laid out for you, you will reach this level, right? You start with 10 of the closest people that you want to build a relationship with, 10 other leaders. You nurture them as leaders, right? And just find them and just connect with them every week. Host your own mastermind, host your own masterclass, learn from one another, build up that relationship, and then create a space where they can start inviting people in. And from there, those 100 will start inviting people in. So over the course of a year, 2 or 3, you'll start building up this network, And, you know, that's about 1,100 people in your network that you're now impacting, right? How many of you want to have that ripple effect where you're leading, you're teaching, you're coaching, you're guiding, but you don't necessarily have to directly interact with everyone because there's that ripple effect. Just throw one in the chat if you're all for the ripple effect, because that's what this is about. It's about having impact for generations to come, but impacting people's lives that you may not directly connect with, but they could come on your calls. And you can have that level of clarity and confidence and implementation and execution, knowing that you're driving your life forward while simultaneously leading them in a very positive direction. So just to make sure everyone's on the same page, either put a 1 in the chat or hands up. Are you guys clear on how this model works, on how you can actually generate revenue, more or less? I mean, obviously there's more details which we can get into. And if you guys do have some questions, we're gonna answer those. But we just wanna make sure you have clarity in this. So what we're gonna do now is for our guests, for those of you that are still with us, any questions you have, we wanna answer them to make sure you're comfortable with what we're doing here. And then if you're ready to come on board with us, we're gonna do some onboarding. That'll take about 5 minutes. And then we're gonna set you up with this 90-day action plan, how to get started. And then we're gonna cap it off with another quantum activation so it can be really solidified and crystallized in your being to make it happen. Probably total time we're looking at is another 10 to 15 minutes. And again, if you're ready to take this step of faith with us, then stay on board. So are there any questions from anyone in the audience? And you can raise your hand in the chat if you have a question, and we will address it. Okay. Perfect. Well, we either did a great job or everyone's, you know, had their fill. So no problem. This is recorded, by the way, too. So you will be able to review it. And we'll capture the onboarding process on here as well so that it's on the recording. Okay. If you do have questions as I cover the onboarding process, by all means, raise your hand or throw it in the chat here and we'll address it. Of course, if you have questions as well and you don't want to bring it up here, you can ask whoever invited you and they'll clarify that for you. So I'm going to share my screen here in a moment and we'll go through the onboarding process predominantly so that we have it documented here for the recording, as well as for those of you ready to join us right now. We want you to be part of this community. We want you to take that step of faith with us. Your time is indeed now. And there is no time like the present. So what you can do, I'll share my screen here, one moment, is most of you, if not all of you, should have a Noble Goldman account. If you don't, you definitely need to touch base with whoever invited you here and they'll get you a free account. There's tons of free resources on there. Mark was covering some of those and we have other training videos to cover that. So we're not going to go through that now. What we want to cover is how do you gain access to the vault? So if you're ready to take the step of faith, if you're ready to learn from our experts like Walter, like Russ, like Malik, like Ruth, like Vanessa, like myself, like Christos, then the vault is where you want to be. So how do you get started? You got to log into your account. So if you're following along, you can do that. It's on the recording here as well. This is how you get started. So you log in to Noble Goldman, noblegoldman.com, use your login credentials. You'll be taken to the homepage. From the homepage, you want to come on the left side here and you want to click on this vault icon, which will take you right here. Now, when you come on, if you're not a vault member, it'll actually take you to this introduction page. And this will go through the program. There's a video there that gives an overview. We've explained pretty well everything here for the most part. So you have all the information. But if you do like to read any information, then it's here for you as well. Now, if you're ready to get started right now, all you got to do is there'll be a gold button here and you just click it to sign up and it'll just take you to a page where you can put in your credit card details. Again, it's got a 30-day money back guarantee, so there's no risk. It's $100 a month, month to month, and cancel anytime, no long-term commitment or anything like that. And so that's how you can get started. And when you get started, when you get signed up, whoever your sponsor is, they'll get a notification. So they'll be able to provide you with some additional assistance once you do get started. But for those of you, once you do get in, and you can be doing this while I'm talking as well, or you can wait and watch the recording, whatever works best for you. And just by show of hands, is there anyone getting on board right now that might require some assistance? And you can raise your hand, put a question in the chat, I'll check it, because we want to make sure we support you if you are coming on board. Okay, yep, select Vault membership, that's right. Okay, awesome. So also too, if you're more comfortable in a Facebook message right now, you can message the person that invited you, your sponsor, and they can also help you out a little bit here. So the next step, this is the 90-day plan, okay? It's all about you and what you're gonna build. So it starts with you attending the master classes. Now there are a lot in here, right? So we suggest the 4 or 5 or 6 that we recommended here on the slide previous. Okay, so what you want to do is, for example, you can go in and look at quantum organic lead generation. Okay, where's that? So that's Malek's class. Okay, so that's right here. So what you do is you say, okay, this one's Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, and you want to be careful with the times because some are in different time zones. So you just want to be conscious of that. So you say, okay, Malek, this is definitely one I need. So I'm going to copy the link, right? So you can right click on that and you can copy the link address and you can put this in your calendar. Quantum organic lead generation, recurring invite, 9 p.m. Eastern for at least the next 90 days, if not just recurring ongoing, and copy and paste that event link into the destination in ideally Google Calendar. That's what I use. That's what I know, but whatever calendar you use is perfect. Then the same idea, you want to go back here and say, okay, Diamond Matrix Quantum Lore, that's Ruth. So then you got to find Ruth here, and Ruth has a couple classes. So here's one that is on 3 p.m. Eastern on Thursday. So again, same idea, put it in your calendar, copy the link, throw it in there. She's got another class as well on Mondays at 3 p.m. Eastern. Again, to start, you might want to do just one so you can kind of get a taste test of all these classes and then pick and choose the ones you prefer. So either Monday or Thursday for Ruth, decide on the timing that's best and go for that. Then quantum money activation, that's my class. So that's again twice per week. Oh, we got another Matthew in there. Let's go to me. There we are. And so quantum money activation Sundays at 2 or Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So again, choose the one that works best for you. Decide to attend one of those, copy and paste the link, put it in your calendar. Okay. Then Power versus Force live coaching with Walter. Really gifted, incredible coach, teaching on the 7 levels of energy and perception. So you want to go here. And you get Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Again, watch those time zones. Copy and paste the link in your calendar. And then you can go meet Walter. And you can also get started in Walter's course. And I'll go through that momentarily. Then same for Russ. You look it up here, Russ. There's Russ, Success by Design. Thursdays at 10 a.m. Pacific. So he's right after Walter. Okay, so that's a back-to-back. So you might want to decide on one or the other to start, right? Because you don't want to overwhelm yourself, but do Walter 1 week, Russ the next, something like that, alternating. And then this one, just maybe once a month, check it out to start, right? I mean, if you're ready to invest now, then of course go all in, but just to get a taste of it, start prepping your brain, neural pathways to learn a little about investing and where you're going to start putting your money, just to get acclimated with Christos there. Mondays at 2. I think he actually has, I don't know if that time's accurate. So if that time's not accurate, we'll have it updated. But again, for all intents and purposes, take that Monday at 2. He may have just adjusted that time. And if it's not the right time, we'll definitely update that for you shortly. Second thing to do after you get those in your calendar are to start going through the programs. The moment you sign up, you're going to get access to these amazing programs. Like I said, some of them have sold for thousands of dollars in the past. So you're going to go all the way up to the vault here. You're going to go to the vault section. And this is where you can actually access the program. So you're going to have Walters, you're going to have Russ's, you're going to have Malik's. You're also going to have Christos's. This one is not necessarily the priority because you want to start building that business. So you're going to look at Walter, Russ, and Malik. My suggestion, first thing to do is come into Quantum Elite here and watch Malik's incredible training on building up your business. How do you select your offer? How do you select your avatar? How do you brand yourself, right? There's 7 or 8 modules in each of these that you can go through, and it's extensive stuff, right? Again, this is real training. You're not going to find anything else like this out there, not at this price point. That's for sure. And just by show of hands, how many of you have invested in coaching or programs in the past? Or put a 1 in the chat, right? So just note, like, what have you paid for those? And what are you paying for this? And just really compare it, because, you know, this is why I aligned with Noble Goldman. There's nothing else out there like it. Then you can go into Walter's program here and check it out. So from day 1, you're going to have access to these programs, your reason for being, who am I? So I think you get the picture. That's your 90-day action plan. So let's see, we still have some guests here. We got at least 1 or 2 guests. Really appreciate you guys hanging out with us. And you know what, if you're still here, you're going to do well. It just shows your level of commitment. It just shows your level of desire to succeed. And there's no right or wrong. We're not, you know, blackballing anyone else, but it's just an indicator that you're actually ready to step into the unknown and take that next step. So if you haven't signed up for the vault already, make sure you do that. Okay. And now we're going to do another quantum activation. We're going to do a couple rounds of breathing to activate this, so you can actually see yourself doing the work, implementing, and ultimately getting results over the next 90 days. Does that sound good or good? Just for you guys, if you're on camera, raise your hand or throw 1 in the chat if you're ready to cap it off here. Let's finish strong, right? You know, if it feels like the energy's going, that's okay. We're going to ramp it back up and have a powerful finish for you guys. And absolutely here to finish on top of your dreams, Dwayne. I love that. So go ahead, close your eyes. And again, acclimate to this new reality that you've created for yourself. You created this. This is your reality, your opportunity to grow and prosper. And just visualize in your mind, see yourself adding those classes to your calendar, attending them every week, gaining tremendous value, outstanding value, meeting the other members, building that camaraderie, building your own accountability with one another. Potentially even starting your own little mastermind group just to talk about the stuff, right? Just to get clarity on your goals, your visions, completing the step-by-step process we have here to gain clarity on your vision and purpose, and understand your reason for being with Walter, understand your target market and avatar with Malik, unlearn all the negative habits you have learned about business with Russ, achieve your goals and your recurring revenue with the quantum money activation, overcome self-sabotage and that imposter syndrome with Ruth and Vanessa and so many other amazing practitioners here. Just see yourself exploring that, gaining value from it, experiencing it, and just playing full out, just making that decision. I decide to be committed to my goals, my dreams, my success. And this is where it begins. It begins here and now, and begin by breathing all the way in through your mouth, filling your lungs. And mouth out 3 seconds. And mouth in. And mouth out. Nose in. Nose out. Nose in. Nose out. Mouth in. Mouth out. Mouth in. Holding your breath. Just allow this 90-day action plan to crystallize into your neural networks, your memory bank, knowing that it's already done. It's happening here and now. Hold the space, keeping your eyes closed, breathing naturally, and just hold this intent. Success, transformation, follow through, implementation, growing. You are the source of your success. Source power supports you. Our community supports you. The wind is beneath your wings and you are flying high. You are victorious. You are amazing, outstanding, incredible. Hold it for another 5 seconds. And now imagine that you're flying out into the future, 90 days from now, and experience the level of success that you've achieved. Imagine that you've brought on 2 or 3 or 4 people into your network and you're actually making money. You're making $100 or $200 or $300 a month, recurring revenue. For some of you, maybe for the first time ever. And you're doing it in a way that you're passionate about. You're aligned with our education. You're aligned with the service. You're aligned with your dreams and your goals. You're aligned with your team's dreams and goals. You have that congruence, that honesty, that integrity within yourself, that gratitude and love, and that humility to know that you're serving a higher cause. You're making a greater impact that ripples beyond yourself. Being humble for the team that has supported you, for the upline, your sponsor, the people that have invited you into this community, for Mark for creating this, for Malek for being the founder of Quantum Elite, for the facilitators, appreciating the opportunity, appreciating what you've been given, but also appreciating yourself for creating it, and appreciating yourself for achieving what you need to achieve over the next 90 days, building your team, learning, growing, adapting, evolving, being flexible, being coachable. Feel all those sensations in your heart. Love it. And breathe all the way in through your mouth, filling your lungs. And mouth out 3 seconds. And mouth in. And mouth out. Nose in. Nose out. Nose in. Nose out. Mouth in. Mouth out. Mouth in. Holding your breath. Allow it to crystallize. Know that your 90-day plan has been successful. You have achieved everything that you needed. You feel good, empowered, beyond your expectations. Holding this space, keeping your eyes closed for another 30 seconds, breathing naturally, and just feel that gratitude, feel that love, feel that support. You are made in the image of God, and you are experiencing that manifested. your power manifested, made in the image of God, the image of wholeness. You are complete, you are perfect, and you are in the perfect place at the perfect time. Everyone is here to support you. You have found your home, your destination, and your journey will continue with wind beneath your wings. The strength of angels and guides is supporting you now. And there's a journey ahead, but you have unconditional love, unconditional support, unconditional guidance, showing you every step that you need to take. Move by move, you are empowered, you are whole, you are complete, and open your eyes, coming back to the present moment. And just have some water if you have it available. And stretch if you need to after that. Let your body acclimate. Allow yourself to just really feel it. Give yourself permission to be this person. This is who you are. Practice makes permanent. That's what we're doing here every week. Training for the gold medal. We're all gold medalists here. Everybody wins. Just by show of hands, how many of you are feeling good? Or throw one in the chat if you're feeling exceptional. So go ahead. If you haven't signed up for the vault yet, you can absolutely do that. We look forward to seeing you on the other side. If you're watching the recording, make sure you sign up. We want to support you. We want you to be part of this. And through the premium membership in the vault, we have everything you need to be successful here, and we will guide you every step of the way. So thank you so much for joining us. It's all of our team's pleasure and privilege to support you, and we appreciate you. We look forward to seeing you on the other side, embracing you in this magnificent community, and we will see you there. Bye for now, everyone.
Thank you, everybody. This was awesome.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.